Welcome to Life Unscripted Raw podcast. On today's episode, we're diving into something many of us have said without even realizing its weight. That's just my mom, or that's just my dad. It sounds harmless, right? But often, this innocent phrase hides something much deeper, a quiet acceptance of unhealthy family dynamics that we were taught to normalize.
Life is crazy, real crazy.
Within the African American community, this phrase carries layers: historical, cultural, and emotional. Many of our parents and grandparents grew up in a world that demanded survival above all else. They faced racism, economic hardships, and a system that left very little room for emotional expression. So emotional resilience became a badge of honor. Silence became strength, and pain became private. But here's the truth. When a family never learns to name its pain, that pain doesn't die, it's inherited. So when we say, that's just my mom, what we might really mean is, I've accepted this hurt because questioning it feels like betrayal. Think about how many things we've brushed off as normal. Parents who never apologize, emotional distance disguised as tough love, manipulation covered by the word discipline, or being told you're too sensitive when all you did was express hurt. Over time, these patterns become familiar, and that's when it starts to feel like a safety net. So as adults, we might find ourselves in relationships where love feels conditional, where chaos feels comfortable, because somewhere deep inside, dysfunction still feels like home. Now it's important to hold space for both truths. Our parents often did the best they could with what they had, but understanding someone's pain doesn't mean you have to live inside it. You can say, I understand why you are the way you are, but I can't contribute being hurt because of it. That's not disrespect, that's clarity. True healing doesn't mean cutting people off without reflection. It means seeing the story clearly and choosing not to repeat it. You can honor your parents' sacrifices and still choose peace over pain. Breaking these cycles isn't about blame, it's about awareness. It's about learning that boundaries don't mean disconnection, they mean self respect. It's about realizing that emotional availability, communication, and safety are not luxuries. They're the foundation of healthy love. And it's about understanding that we are allowed to rewrite the narrative for ourselves and the generations coming after us. Healing family wounds often feels lonely because it means being the one who chooses different, and different is uncomfortable. You might be misunderstood, you might even be labeled difficult, but remember, peace sometimes sounds like distance, and closure often looks like silence. So the next time you hear someone say, that's just my mom, or that's just my dad, pause and ask yourself, is that statement protecting love or protecting pain? Breaking the cycle starts with awareness, but it continues with courage. The courage to love differently, to parent differently, and to heal out loud. Because you deserve relationships that you feel safe, not ones you have to survive. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Life Unscripted. I hope it reminded you that healing isn't about perfection. It's about awareness, compassion, and choosing peace one day at a time. Be sure to tune in next week as we dive deeper into breaking patterns, building boundaries, and creating the kind of emotional freedom you deserve. Until then, take care of your heart and protect your peace.